Without further ado, I am going to get into this video going over how Iman Gadzhi's $50 million empire sent me a cold DM sequence, and you're too important to do the same thing. However, before I start, I do want to take the opportunity to say that this video is a little different. I'm doing it inside of a McLaren. It is a beautiful car. I will be transparent. It is not my McLaren. By no means do I want you to think it is. However, I thought it was going to be an amazing opportunity for me to be able to film this video in this McLaren. I thought it'd be cool for you guys. It's cool for me. And to be honest, I do not think I would be in this car if it hadn't been from you guys, everyone in my audience, my clients, my team members, etc. And so I kind of want to share this with you guys, that I am in a network strong enough to be able to be in a car like this, right? So that's amazing. And in the future, I will absolutely have many, many of my own, but let's get into this video. I know you guys probably want to see it. So Iman Gadzhi's team sent me a cold DM. Let's analyze exactly how this works, right? Let me show you what makes his outreach work. Right here is the message, right? Hey, Max, are you here for the biz advice or just want more info about 8FL? Now, this was on his chat with Iman account, not his big Iman Gadzhi account. This account is, I believe it's follow request. So anyone in that audience is pretty qualified. So they're amazing at that. So the first thing we need to analyze is, what do most people do wrong that makes their DMs fail when we're doing cold outreach? They have zero authority, or they beg for clients instead of commanding them, like Iman is, right? But you can't do that without authority, which is the important part. And third, they're not personalized. Now, if you're Iman Gadzhi, you can get away with it not being personalized, but you get my point. Iman, on the other hand, does things differently. So Iman's outreach is not at all about the message. It's all about frame, right? Look at this account. The only story highlights he has are him answering other high-tier entrepreneurs' questions and purely sharing biz advice for all of the people like us who want to be scaling. It's amazing. He is literally the largest name in the high-ticket or info product industry, and everybody wants to work with him. You can do anything if you are Iman Gadzhi, and your goal needs to be to frame yourself in your niche as almost at his level, or at least have some sort of his authority at that level. Because when you're running ads, when you're doing outreach, when you're posting content, when you're stealing other people's competitors, if you're my client or me, you know that authority matters the most. That's all that matters. If you don't have authority, it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to be even able to do this, okay? For you to be able to even get any clients. It's all about having client results and having good value content and giving to your audience like I am right now. It's important. So what's important to understand is that Iman and his team reach out to the high quality followers, not just random accounts, right? So what they do, obviously they identified that myself was an ICP. They see that I post content every single day. That's all very valuable. They see that I have infinite client results. They see that I'm #1 ranked on WAP. And they also see that my clients make $10,000, $18,000, $20,000 in a day, $70K in a month, $160K in a month, etc. And they also see that I have followers in the blue tick. So obviously to them, I'm a qualified prospect. So in their mind of their team, why wouldn't they reach out to me? I already know who Iman Gadzhi is. I followed his smaller account for the entrepreneurs, and of course I'm a good lead to them. So the DM that they sent, I followed them on March 6th in the morning. They DM'd me at noon on March 6th. Speed to lead is so important. Some of you are too lazy or think you're too important to even hit people up. You can't have inbound leads if you're irrelevant. And even if you are the most relevant person in the industry, you're still sending warm outreach. It's insane. Please drop your ego. It's going to help you in the long run. But let's analyze this message. Hey, Max, are you here for the biz advice or just want more info about 8FL? Now, if you don't know, 8FL is 8-figure licensor. Basically, it's a super, super high ticket product. And it's a program where he goes through like his content flywheel systems, SOPs, stuff like that. Exactly how he scaled his personal brand, did his coaching. And so that was the offer they were talking about. Now, notice two things. Number one, the opening message is casual. It wasn't a big paragraph. It wasn't a massive thing trying to pitch me a crazy service. It's just asking me a genuine question. Hey, Max, clearly you're in business. We can see from your account. You want the business advice on the story highlights, or are you actually interested in working with Iman? Now, second, if you have leverage in a good frame, make it about business. So if you don't have any leverage or frame, you have to play buddy-buddy and show that person that you have what they want, what they need, and the bridge from their pain to their desire. But if you have the authority like Iman does, like I would say myself does for some, I'm not at all comparing myself to Iman Gadzhi yet, but again, authority is everything in this niche. And when you have authority, it's much easier to be able to ask a question about business or to pitch someone straight up, because when it's coming from you, it's you know what? This guy probably does know something I don't. When it's coming from some random Joe Schmo, it's this guy's an idiot and he's already pitching me. I already don't like him, right? It's like if a homeless person on the street told you that how to run your business, you'd just be like, all right, bro, whatever. I don't want to talk to you. So that's the point, is the authority matters, and you can talk about whatever you want if you have the authority. If you have no leverage, it should be a non-business question. Now, this is a very important concept right here, because every form of acquisition works, but the best acquisition in outreach is done this way. Outreach equals client success and efficient acquisition, not desperation. So when you put all that together, all you need is successful clients, right? That's it. Client success and an efficient way to reach out to people. If you have those two things and you frame yourself correctly, there's truly no reason that your outreach should not be working. If it's not working, you're probably doing something different and you're probably trying to tweak the messages or do X, Y, Z. You don't have to do that. You have to build yourself up and you have to build your clients up, and you will in turn receive more responses, a higher reply rate, etc. to your leads. Because when they see that your account DM them, they'll be excited instead of, oh, here's another Indian copywriter I don't want to talk to. Okay? So think about that. Use your own mind. Who would you answer to in outreach? You get the point. The most successful people understand this. If you're too egotistical, you're going to be put behind, right? So if you have too big of an ego to accept the truth, it's not going to be able to, perform well when you're receiving outreach or when you're sending outreach. You have to drop your ego. Iman Gadzhi, the biggest name in the industry, has his team send warm and cold outreach. Put that through your mind. There are people I speak to every single day on coaching calls or sales calls who have the concept that, oh, I can't send outreach because it'll make me look desperate. The only reason that it'll make you look desperate is because you are. If you're Iman Gadzhi, you don't look desperate. You look like an authority. So when you reach out to someone, it's a privilege that they get to talk to you. Now, you need to be building yourself up to be that level, okay? If you're interested in learning more about what successful entrepreneurs do for their acquisition, you should absolutely DM me on Instagram at MaxInhouse with 2 X's. Now, I want to go through a couple things in this before I let you guys go. Now, notice, I'm no Iman Gadzhi. However, all that I do on my account, all that I do is only post value. Right here, value. Okay. Right here, client testimonial. Right here, more value, more value, more value. All these interesting business concepts. I don't ask my audience for anything. I don't do anything. I purely just give value. And in turn, they give me value back. And they want to hop on sales calls. They want to do X, Y, and Z. In turn, all of my story highlights are purely client results. That's it. I don't talk about anything else. I only show client results or give free value. If you do that consistently for 6 months, even 3 months, you will substantially see a difference in the quality of your audience, the growth of your entire personal brand, and third most important, the amount of money that you're getting thrown. I promise you, people will throw money at you if you change those things. Again, Iman and his team only reach out to the high quality people because the high quality people come to them. They can send outreach and it's easy. But even if that person didn't come to them and they sent cold outreach, it still worked because of who he is. Now, I'm not saying that all of us in this video or myself need to become Iman Gadzhi. You should become the best version of yourself. However, the concept that is important to understand is that when you have authority and frame, everything else in business is much easier. No matter if you have a $50 million empire, a $1 million empire, or if you are just starting out and you just hit your first 10K month, you need to be building authority and frame by giving client results and free value. If you do that consistently, you will absolutely see a difference in your business, in your outreach, your ads, your content, your inbound leads, everything. I will see you in the next video. Subscribe to me if you're smart. If you're not smart, you won't subscribe, but I promise you it's worth it. Second, I'd appreciate if you commented and left me an idea about what kind of videos you want to see, because I will make them. I love making these videos. See you in the next one.